Hey Rotary Swing golfers, welcome back. I'm your instructor, Chris Tyler. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about focus. Focus is one of those areas that can often make or break our rounds of golf. And I'm going to give you one simple tip that's going to allow you to develop laser-like focus when on the golf course so that you can hit more fairways and get the ball closer to the hole. This is a tip that I've been using with one of my collegiate players who's now averaging right around 75% of his fairways. So if you've been having a hard time battling some different focus levels on the golf course, then pay close attention now. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so as I said in the opener, our objective of today's video is to give you one simple tip that's going to change the way that you approach your golf shots on the golf course and help you eliminate a lot of those fears and a lot of those negative thoughts that may be lurking in there during the rounds that can really make it difficult to execute your golf shots in the most quality of ways. And this is a drill that I started to work on with one of my collegiate players who was swinging the golf club really, really well. Every time we left the range session, he was just peeling the paint off the flagstick. He was always having good success with his golf swing. And then when he would get into his tournament rounds of golf, or even in his qualifiers for his college, he was having a very difficult time hitting the fairways. So we started to talk a little bit about his mental approach. And it's one of those things that a lot of times amateur golfers overlook. So, I went out to the golf course with him and I started to kind of get into his brain and say, okay, what are you thinking on this particular hole? So we were on a par 4 that had a little bit of a dogleg to the right-hand side, and he was picking out his focus points, or he's picking out his aiming points for me. And I started to realize that he had this very, very broad, this very wide spectrum of where he was trying to hit the golf ball, rather than focusing on a very pinpoint-like place. And he looked at me when I said that. I was like, okay, so on this hole, let's just use the 150-yard marker example here. Okay, so let's use the 150-yard marker. A lot of people like to aim at that because it's in the middle of the fairway. So I said, okay, if you were to aim at that 150-yard marker, what would you be thinking? And he's like, okay, I would just aim at the post and I would go ahead and get myself set up and I would rock and roll. And I said, okay, this is where we need to start to change things. I told him, okay, you're gonna aim at the top of the 150-yard marker. That's how you're gonna get your mind to stay even more focused, not allow it to start to waver and start to move all over the place. So I had him start to stand behind the golf ball, and then as he was starting to pick out his targets, I had him be more precise. So if it was a tree off in the distance or if it was a power pole, I said pick a specific spot on that power pole or on that tree. Maybe it's a leaf on the tree that you can see. And start to get your brain focused on that. And you're gonna see that the quality of your golf shots is gonna be way better because now you're focusing on target and not allowing negative thoughts, mechanical thoughts to start to enter the brain where you can start to produce low quality golf shots. So I want you to try this out. So next time you get out on the golf course, I want you to go ahead and pick a really, really fine spot in the area that you're trying to hit the golf ball. I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate it for you guys here today. I'm gonna use a flag way out here in the distance, okay? And there's a white post with a white flag on top of it. When I start to walk into my golf shot here, what I'm gonna be focusing in is I'm actually gonna try to hit the logo on the flag. Okay, so as soon as I start to walk in towards the golf ball, my brain is just focusing on target and alignment. So here I am getting ready to walk into my shot, gone through my pre-shot. And my focus is primarily on the logo and the flag in the background. Okay guys, so thanks again for tuning in to today's video on how to develop laser-like focus on the golf course. I hope you guys all get some great success with this tip. And since we talked a little bit about the success I was able to get with one of the collegiate players, for those of you that have sons or daughters, or some of you that are playing at the high school level and looking to play at the collegiate level, I strongly suggest that you take a look at collegegolfcamps.com. This is a great resource that allows players to get introduced to real live college coaches and start beginning the processes of what it takes to be able to move into that next level. Remember, if you like this video, go ahead and click that like button down there for me below. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post those up and I'll help you out as best I can. Also, for those of you that take this tip out on the golf course, I want to hear about your success stories, so post those up in the comments for sure. And if you need any further assistance, we'll definitely help you out. Also, do me a favor and subscribe to our channel by clicking on this button on my hand right now. That way you get notification anytime we put out any of our newest content. Now let's get out there and play some great golf.